Yeah, just this can't be spoken, you know. This can't be described. Yet speaking simply happens, and description simply happens, but nobody's doing it. This is already empty, and this is already full. It is not an object that can be known, that can be understood. Yet what seems to be an object is already this expressing as what seems to be an object. So there is no separation. Even speaking about separation, feeling separate is already just this. There is no one already to get rid of feeling separate from everything. There's just everything. So everything is included. There's no separation. There's nothing sticking out. There's already no one who's looking for this. Yet in the story, it may seem as if there's a real somebody who's looking for enlightenment, who's looking for wholeness, or who's trying to become one with wholeness. But that's just a story, which is already just this. So what seems to be understanding may seem to happen, but it's just understanding concepts. Because there is really never anything here to understand. This is already nothing. There's nothing to understand. It can only be ideas appearing in this, that there is a real you who separates. It's just an idea that there are others who are separate. It's just an idea. It's just a story. It is already empty. It is already nothing. So this doesn't mind. Anything may arise here. Specialness may seem to arise. Jealousy, love, unconditional love, the thought of separation, the bad weather, the good weather, politics, war, everything as it is already an expression of nothing. So therefore, everything is already nothing. Everything is already uncaused. What seems to be happening is already not coming from anything. It's just an empty appearance in this. And there's no one to know this. There's no one to get this already. There's just simply this. Just what is. So thoughts are just simply happening. No one is thinking thoughts. Even the movement, what seems to be the movement, the body moving from a certain direction to a different direction, is just already this dancing. There is already no real body that can move to anywhere or any location. Everything is this. It's just this dancing. Dancing as in a way of talking about this, going to the loo, going to the park, going to work, talking about politics, trying to understand concepts, using words as concepts to describe nothing. Everything is already an expression of this. And there's no one here who can, by listening to this message, who will eventually fall away or collapse. There's just this. There's already nothing to deconstruct here. There's just what seems to be happening. And what seems to be happening is already not happening to anyone. It seems to be happening. It's never really happening. Or we can say it's an apparent happening. It may seem to be going somewhere, but it's never really going anywhere. It's just what is boundless aliveness appearing to dance. So if there is a question, that is already boundless aliveness dancing. If there is an answer that seems to be giving, it's just this appearing to dance. There's no one who's doing anything here already. This, just this as it is, isn't a story. Yet it may appear as stories. And there's no one who's looking from behind those eyes already. There can be imagination that seems to say, I'm looking, I'm this body, I'm looking from behind these eyes. I'm the one, I'm the man. I'm solid and real. But that's just an imagination. That's just a thought construct. There's really nothing solid and real here. The body has never said anything. The body has never done anything. Everything is this. Everything is an expression of this. Even expressing is what seems to be the body, moving from left to right, asking questions. So there's just stillness. There's just undisturbed silence. which isn't dependent on the noise not being there. It's just silence, undisturbed silence, even in the midst of a huge noise. It's just there, undisturbed. Also appearing as a noise, as a huge noise, as a busy traffic, cars hooting, people moving left to right, selling stuff, going to work, holding meetings, birds chirping. It's already step silence, as pressing as that already. So this is untouchable. This is indestructible. This is already not moving. This is already not looking. This is already not searching. This isn't doing anything already. It's just what this. What seems to be doing is just an appearance. It's just what seems to appear in this. So it doesn't really require words to be spoken for it to be what it is. Yet it may also appear as what seems to it. And what seems to be a concept to describe just this as pressing as words. Everything is this. And this can't really go away, can't really be disturbed, because there's no separation. There's nothing apart from this that can disturb this.
And Kosi?
Everything is this, every expression.
And Kosi?
Come again?
You're going in and out a little bit. Is there an area? Do you know where the cell tower is? Is there an area kind of against that wall that might be better to sit?
Okay, I'm just gonna move
Okay.
further down there.
Okay, we'll see if that's better. My mouse is broken too, so much of the. I don't like cords. So I've got this, I built this, my own desk to try to hide all the cords in as much as possible. But then sometimes I need the cords, so it becomes complicated.
I see. Okay.
You might be able to find an area that's in the shade that, I mean, that wall is, do you know where the cell tower is?
Um, I think there is another place over there.
Hmm. Okay.
Let me show you. Uh,
You're looking very psychedelic all of a sudden.
yeah, just gonna go up there. Maybe the network is gonna be okay.
In the US, they disguise the cell towers to look like trees. Do they do that there?
Yeah, they do. Some parts of the place where I live, they do disguise them as trees. Some they are exposed.
Yeah.
Some you can barely see them because they are. It looks like a tree, but you can like be able to identify that it's artificial. It's
Yeah,
not
but
a real tree.
it's funny that you know, the first time you realize that you're not looking at a tree, you're looking at a cell tower.
Yeah. Okay. No. See?
Well, the video looks really strange. Looks like a really crappy video game.
Yeah, this place is very full of trees all over the place. Let me see. Maybe I can sit here.
Well, I want you to sit there and see how it works when it catches up.
Uh, is it still okay?
Well, not yet. Let's see how it works on Nkosi.
All right. Just gonna take a sit here. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. It will do better if it's not having to compress everything. So the more it's in one place, it starts to focus in. So there we go. Getting better and better. Ah, the wind though. You said it was windy. This
Oh
will
yeah,
work.
is it? Okay.
You're not really real anyway, so it doesn't matter if we see you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just uh, a simulation or a hologram. You may say it's nothing, no real animals. Everything is just an illusion. But in the story, it may seem as if there is a real you, a real me, and other people who are living life trying to fix this and that. But it's just a story. There is already no one here and no one anywhere to find, to look, to search, to ask questions, to become anything. There's just this, what is. And just what is isn't special. Yet specialness may seem to appear in the story.
Oh, you hit the mute button.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, things are not as they seem to be. They can be labels, like when you say there's a tree, there's a road, there's a wall, the sky. Those are just labels. But when things are seen as they are, it is seen that they are already nameless. They're already nothing, and they are one. There's no separation. Yet in the story, labels may seem to uh, promote separation in a way. But even to say promotes separation, that's just a story. That's nothing. There's nothing like that. It's you know. So meditation may seem to happen as well, but nobody's doing it. Here, there's no suppression. This doesn't say there shouldn't be any meditation. There shouldn't be any seeking. There shouldn't be any doing anything. Things may seem to continue to be done, but the doing itself is already empty. It has already no one behind. There is no orchestrator of just what's happening. So everything is empty. If we were to operate on that body, we wouldn't find Charles. We can find what seems to be intestines, the liver, hearts, organs, different organs, but we wouldn't find Charles. So the body as it is already empty. There's no one who's driving the body. So thoughts, there can be thoughts, but there's no thinker of thoughts. And thoughts, when are looked for, they can never be found. They seem to be there when there is no looking, but when there is looking or noticing, it is seen that there are no thoughts. They seem to be a real Wednesday when when their attention is not in that. They may seem to be a Wednesday, but when you look right now, there's no Wednesday. It's all imagined by no one. There's no real Durban, city of Durban. It's just a label. There is no real 2024. It's just a label. Those are just imaginary numbers. This isn't 2024. This is the month of October, but you cannot find October. It's all imagined. Everything is this already. Everything is already worthless. Everything is already empty because everything is already this. So all the beings, in a way, there is that sense of okayness with what seems to be the beings, different beings. Even when they complain, they say, I'm not okay, I'm not feeling well, but it is seen that they are okay. It can only, that we seem to say, I'm not okay, it can only be an idea that is believed in or a thought construct that seems to say, I'm this body, I was born one day. There's no real somebody who can say, I'm okay, but I'm not okay. Or I'm not okay. This is neutral. This is neither good or bad. It's just what is. This is neutral. This is empty. This is nothing, being everything. And this isn't special. It is not a thing that can be grasped, that can be seen, that can be known, that can be held in view. It's simply nothing. And the one who seems to be looking for it is already it. So there's no real separate somebody who's looking for it, who's really trying to find it. There's just it already appearing as what seems to be a seeker who's seeking. What seems to be the seeker may seem to stop. And then there may be a recognition that there wasn't any seeker in the first place, and there wasn't any separation. Or what was thought to be a separation, it's never really happened. It never took place. Yeah, sorry about that. So there was a call coming in, so I had to switch it off.
Yeah, the last the last few minutes were really incredible.
Yeah.
When you turned around the camera to look at yourself, you look like a I don't know. There's movies where they kind of turn real life into animation. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
except it was really glitchy and pixelated. I mean, you were coming in and out, like different parts of your face were coming in and out, and the trees behind you were like wavering around, and everything seemed like it was just like basically swimming in liquid, and it was matching what you were saying. And as you went on, you became crisper and crisper, you know, till at the very end, you just basically said you were nothing, and then you froze. You got that call. And I mean, that segment was so beautiful. Just like clip it out and submit it to a video art segment or something. It could be playing in a museum. It's so great.
Yeah, it's this may appear as anything, there are no limitations. No limitations.
When I was when I was in college, I used to do video art. I used to take art classes and do things with video. And, basically, me and another friend, we would put the strangest things that we could find on cable television. Because back then there was like stations that were just dedicated to like a community stuff, so we could get anything we wanted on television. We would just like just film like stuff from nature or whatever and make noise and or just mash things together or do video manipulation when it was really hard to do. You know, spend hours and hours making this fucked up video so that we could put it on cable access. Just the
It,
idea
it
that
must
people
have
would
been
be,
difficult in those
pardon?
days.
Pardon?
It must have been so difficult to make those videos.
It was. But we were young and had a lot of energy. So, but anyway, I've got a kind of an eye for it, and that the last few minutes would have been perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So there's a huge hurricane heading towards Florida, and people will die.
Mm, wow.
I have a friend who's I have a friend whose wife's dad is there, right where it's supposed to make landfall in a old folks home, and he's too old to be moved, and it's supposed to be a reinforced bunker, but you know, it's just
Mm,
looking like he just might be just scraped off the face of the earth.
yeah. I'll send my prayers as well. I'll send my prayers there. Whereabouts in Florida?
It's gonna hit Tampa Bay, so it's a big city on the other side of Miami. So Florida's like a U, so it's hitting the Gulf side rather than the ocean side. It's weird storm. It started over by Mexico and it's going just straight over. Most
Mm,
of the time they start in Africa. And then we got to watch them come all the way across the ocean and get prepared. But this one just popped up.
Yeah. Yeah, I will maybe if you can send me as well on Messenger the
Okay.
exact location where it's gonna hit. Yeah, I will yeah,
Okay.
we'll do something about it. I've seen as well there in Israel. I think Iran has sent some bombs. Yeah. I saw it on television.
Some that broke through a week ago or so. They sent some that didn't make it through.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. The-
So they've made some that have hit. Huh. I'll have to look.
it's a little bit shaky. The world, the
Yeah.
planets.
We have a
Yeah.
total idiot here that might be our president, most powerful person in the world here pretty soon. Again. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I tried to remind myself that he doesn't exist, but it doesn't really help very much.
Yeah, you don't have to be there for you to see that it doesn't exist. But already you're not there. You think you're there. Yeah, but in a broader view, um, it is seen that no one can really be hurt. No one can really die or be destroyed because this, what is already whole and complete, is indestructible. This doesn't come and go. It's already deathless. It's already bedless. Like for an example, when a bomb explodes in the space, the space can never be destroyed. When you take a gun and you shoot at the space can never be shot. When you take a water and pour water in the space cannot get wet. So what you really are is more like space, but subtler than space, yet appear in space. Indestructible. It's not a man or a woman. It's not a so it can never really suffer. It can never really be taken out. Buildings, shapes, or apparent objects may seem to be destroyed, but what you really are is indestructible. Because what you really are is not in the realm. It's not in the realm of names and objects and labels. It's beyond that, yet appearing as that. It doesn't suffer when the forms of expression are destroyed. It just remains as it is, indestructible, boundless, and empty. It is just this boundless aliveness playing all the characters. So when the body collapses or the body is obliterated, There can be a recognition that this can recognize itself that it has never been the body. So there's no suffering there. The apparent characters may seem to suffer seeing the other body getting destroyed because they think there was someone there, someone got destroyed. But the bodies are already empty. There's no one in them. It's just this boundless aliveness, giving life to the trees, to the different bodies, uh, different animals. So it can never really be taken out. It can never really be destroyed. So death is just a thought. In the same way, what you take yourself to be is just a thought construct. It's unreal. There's no real separate somebody here already or anywhere. There is just watching without interest. There is just noticing, which isn't being done by anybody. That which seems to be watching can never really be taken out. The eyes don't see. It is this that sees. The ears can never hear. It is this that hears. The nose can never really smell anything. It is just this that smells, taste, appreciates. Everything is this. It's more like when you uh, wear a Simba costume, you know?
A what? A Sinbad? What did you say
No,
was the
Simba.
costume?
No Simba. You know Simba chips.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Oh,
What?
here in South Africa, we have chips that are called Simba. There is
Uh-huh.
a lion
I
on,
see.
on, on the on the on the package. There's a lion there. It's called Simba. That's one. It's called Simba. So usually, I remember when I was growing up as a kid, did somebody used to promote those chips, and there would be a person who wears a costume of that lion, like of that man who looks like a lion, who's called Simba. So he will pretend as if he's that character. You know?
It's kind of funny because
So
I
little
think
kids,
I think that Disney has the Lion King is I think the main character is a lion named Simba, right? The Disney.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
They must have stole
I, I don't know who came first.
it.
Yeah. So that costume can be taken out anytime. In the same way, this costume is just a costume. It's not special. It can be taken out. But what you really are is not a costume. It's beyond that. It's formless. It's everywhere present. There's nothing. It is bedless, it is deathless, it is ageless, it is uh, limitless. So it's already every apparent thing, yet it's nothing. So when this is engaged in the story, it may seem as if it's a certain character that is living life that was born in a certain location that will eventually die. But that's just a story. It's just a play. There's no real you who was born who will eventually die one day. It's just a story. It's just a thought construct. There may be help that is given to the apparent characters that are appearing to experience the apparent suffering. You know, there may be doctors that are there to help people who are injured, and the preachers to pray for the sick, to heal the sick, the prophets. You know, that may seem to happen, and it's beautiful. It's not wrong or right. It's just also this expressing itself as that, as all different characters helping each other. There may be a donation that is sent to those who are experiencing lack of food, you know, those who have gone through the war, the apparent war, that may seem to happen as well. You know, there's no wrong or right, there's no suppression. Prayers can be made, meditation may happen, trying to help the neighbor to fix this and that. Anything may arise in this. Everything is beautiful because everything is an expression of this already. So nobody dies. Nobody dies because nobody's living already. No one has ever been born already. There can be that sense of being separate from everything, but that as it is, it's just a sense. It doesn't belong to anyone. It doesn't imply that there is a real separation. It's just an appearance in this. In the same way, the thought of separation is just an appearance, which is already empty. It doesn't imply that there is a real separation. It's just a thought construct that may seem to dissipate as well. There can be a clear seeing that there is no separation. Everything is this already. But there's nobody to see. There's nobody to have a clear seeing. There can be a clear seeing for no one. Yet there is already no blockage. There's nothing blocking the seeing. There is nobody to be blocked from seeing anything. That's just what's happening. And this, what is everything, wholeness, is always seen by no one. It is so simple, even beyond the word simple. It can never be gotten because it's already everything. There's nothing separate from it to get it already. It's just this already. Whatever is arising, sitting on a chair, thinking, wondering, searching, analyzing, it is nothing yet appearing as every apparent thing. Beautiful.
At night, lately, I've been, as I've been trying to go to sleep. I've been, having these sensations of, projecting my body, I guess, projecting my attention. So I'll be lying there and I'll feel myself kind of like not be in my body. It's almost like a dance is going on outside of my body. But then I can feel that dance too being projected by some sort of attention that remains in my body. So I can almost feel like these two spaces at once. But then sometimes I can feel the space that all happens in.
Mm.
Being a third spaceless dark thing beyond attention. That's the play of the body and the attention. So that's what's been going on sometimes.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you are that space where
Yeah.
all appearances seem to come up and play. Yes, yet it can also be seen that what appears to play in that space is also the space. It's already not coming from somewhere different from the space. It's just space or spaceless space appearing to dance, appearing as different characters, different animals, trees, speeches, um, news, bad weather, good weather, war. It's just one thing. There's no separation.
I need to probably get to work here and do my things. Huh.
Yeah,
Okay, Nkosi, thank you. I'll send you that
yeah, welcome.
information and video today.
Thanks.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, are you gonna do that video editing that you spoke about?
What video editing?
I
The
mean,
short.
I remember when you were speaking about uh, what happened during the session.
Oh, I don't know if I have the tools to do it.
Oh,
I can try. I'll try to do that. I
all right,
also kind of
all right.
busy, but I'll try to do it. It would be pretty nice. I'd have to cut me out of it. All right, maybe
Uh,
let's here. Uh, okay, I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.